Got a fun one today. I'm going to be sharing my Nuon collection and hardware, and you're probably wondering, what's a Nuon? A Nuon was technology added to DVD players to make certain DVD players play video games. I'm not the expert of this system. I am an avid collector of it, but there is a website that tells detailed information about this interesting, obscure console, and it's called Nuon Dome. I've been going there for years. It's a great website of information, and it's fantastic. There's also Songbird Productions offering a new product because parts for the Nuon are getting very difficult. The controllers are super expensive, and now there is a pre-order for a product called the Aries64, and what it is it's an adapter that makes you utilize an N64 controller on your Nuon to play the games. It's awesome, and I'm going to be showing that working, and want to just share my collection with you. So sit back, relax. Here we go. Going to show my hardware first, and here is a Samsung N501. There's a Nuon symbol. You look for those. You look for these in the DVD sections where DVD players at thrift stores, Goodwill. I've had this in my collection a long time, and this is the model that I recommend because it plays burned discs, so you can play games the easiest with this. It has a cover for the controller ports, and that's typically missing, as well as the remote. Pretty tough to get these days. This is the Toshiba model. This is the other. This is the backup that I have. I have a box, brand new one. Crazy story about that. I got this one a few years back and got a great deal on it too, with the remote. And so you can find these still, just as proof of it. It's a little beat up, but it does work. Now, this is the boxed one, brand new, that I got off eBay in 2006. And it comes with the very rare Tetris game, and it's brand new. I got really lucky with that and helped complete my US game collection. Here are the games offered here in the States, and I have most of them complete. I do have a demo version. It's actually a complete version of Iron Soldier 3, which I got this on Atari Age when a person was giving them out. And so here's Tempest 3000 complete. Kind of interesting, over there in the registration card you can see some unreleased games, and I thought that was quite interesting, kind of cool to see that. There was kind of an aftermarket games and demos released, and I was on Nuon Dome when they were selling that, and so it was kind of cool to see that. And there's really some neat stuff on here, and this is out of print, unfortunately. I wish there was another run of this, as I think there'd be people that would be interested in checking it out. There was some enhancements to a few movies, 4 to be exact. Nothing great, but Buckaroo Banzai, though, being one of my favorite movies of these 4 here for sure. Love that movie. And Songbird Productions offers some re-releases of Iron Soldier 3 being the best one, I think, and Free Fall being the other one. And so those are important, that you can get games at a more affordable price. Very tough to get. Here's the controller, the Logitech controller, probably the most common, but very expensive now. I got this back when they were like 20 bucks. People were selling them on eBay, and as time has gone on, these have gotten very difficult. I have 2. I got one at a thrift store back in the day, and they're good controllers, but super duper expensive, hundreds of dollars. It's ridiculous. And so now there's an adapter, so you can use the Aries64, and now you can use an N64 controller on your Nuon, and it works great. I want to show it working. Works with the 2 models for sure that I showed in this video previously. And standard wired N64 controller. I don't think it works with the Brawler 64 wireless. Now, heads up, this next gameplay has flashing lights, so this is epileptic seizure warning for people. This may cause some issues for those that are sensitive to flashing lights. So anyways, Tempest 3000, Jeff Minter craziness. You know, really one of the better games for the library. You know, psychedelic craziness going on. I like Tempest 2000 better. It was kind of interesting, though, that this got its own version of Tempest. I know there's fans of this series, and this might be one you haven't checked out. I know that there's different versions of this, I do believe, on the PlayStation and Saturn. So you want to check that out for sure, as well as some other games. So I wanted to show it working. N64 Controllers working great. Another game that kind of gets often overlooked is Space Invaders. As you know, it's a unique version of Space Invaders. There's a time attack, there's a versus mode. Kind of interesting. You know, it's not the best version of Space Invaders. I like some of the modern takes of this game now. There's some great collections out there. But yeah, it's kind of neat. I think that, you know, just this technology was interesting. Unfortunately, it came out at the time when DVD players were trying to be cheaper, and you know, that additional cost really, I think, kind of hurt this from catching on, as well as, you know, the PlayStation 2 being able to play DVD movies. That was a huge killer as well. But still, you know, it is a footnote, as you know, it's kind of an interesting idea of adding some technology to DVD players to make them play video games. Pretty cool. So, you know, of the games, you know, there's a handful of games that are worth playing. These games are very difficult to track down now. And the good news is Iron Soldier 3 has been re-released by Songbird Productions. And yeah, you know, big mechs, blowing up stuff, awesome. And so this is just the very first level, just showing it, you know, controller works. Not the best at this game. Just want to show that the N64 controller and adapter made these games playable as they were with their official Logitech controller. And you can pre-order this now. The first run of controllers has been nearly sold out, but there's a second run, and that's going to be released in May. But you can pre-order it now at Songbird Productions. Check it out. If you want to know more about the Nuon, head on over to Nuon Dome. I've been going to this website for years. Excellent information about the technology, the games, and it's a great resource if you want to find more. You can still find the players here and there. You know, there were several different places that I have found Nuon players, and I found one recently a few years back, and so I know they're still out there. Look for the Nuon symbol in the DVD sections at thrift stores is typically where I have found mine. Now, you know, they're not going to be everywhere, but they're out there, and you know, there's different models. There's a 3, I do believe, in the States, and you can still find these sometimes, but the games are very difficult, and it's really cool that Songbird Productions is offering re-releases of some of these, Iron Soldier 3 being the big one. Man, fingers crossed for maybe a Tempest 3000 release, but you know, Atari owns Tempest, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But anyways, what did you think of today's video? Pretty obscure. I love talking about the obscure, and this one is right up there with one of the most obscure on my channel that I've discussed. I've wanted to talk about Nuon and show Nuon games on my channel for a long time, so this was a video I've had, you know, on deck for a long time. I'm really happy to share it. It just shows the diversity of the products and consoles and games that I show on my channel. I really love this obscure stuff. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading content every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is Immortal John Hancock, and you have a good day.